an attack. Attack of the spotlight. Watching movies every night. Attack of the spotlight. Yeah. Attack of the spotlight. Attack of the spotlight. Stop the bad guys and get the girl. Rad superhero, saving the world. Get scared, get scared. Fight for your life. Stay away from the psycho dude with the knife. Everything go wrong that can go wrong, and it's funny as hell, make us laugh so long. Fall in love and start a romance. Grab your partner for this heartfelt dance. Underdogs coming for the win. Exorcists make your head spin. There's wise Jedis and dirty Klingons racing so fast, boy, you better hang on. Head back to the future, back to the past. Don't let them rowdy punks karate your ass. Gang of thieves with heights of the century. Mother Nature's the star in a documentary. Sharks and more sharks, snakes and critters. Got bedroom eyes, baby, come hit her. Ride the planes, the trains, and the automobiles. Here comes Khan, man with a hell of a deal. Princesses and robots and toys come alive. Dinosaurs and zombies and top secret spies. Watching movies every night. Attack.
Welcome back, everybody, to Attack of the Spotlight. My name is John Horton, and
I'm Kyle Pierson, and today we're going to talk about a few new movies that are available on streaming right now for you to check out and do some updates as to which shows have been renewed for the following season. So if you're like, I don't want to watch this show if it's not going to end, I'll let you know which ones are continuing. John, what's our first movie?
the first movie that I'm going to talk about here, it's on Netflix. It is 28 years later, The Bone Temple. When I originally seen the trailer for this, I did not think I was going to like it. This is, obviously, as the title says, it is a sequel to 28 Days Later. This one takes place 28 years later. And it is a direct sequel to 28... This is the second one. They did 28 years later. Now they have 28 years later, The Bone Temple. So it's keeping in line with that. And this is a direct follow-up to that first one they did. It's got the same characters that we were introduced to in that one. It's their further adventures in a world overrun by rage-infected people, not zombies as it used to be portrayed as. These are rage-infected people. We've got Dr. Kelso, I think is the name of one of our main characters. That's played by Ralph Fiennes?
Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes?
Yeah, I know it's spelled Ralph, but it's pronounced Ray. Ray
Really?
Fiennes. Yeah.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. It's Ray Fiennes.
Well, somebody fucked
I'm not
up
even.
there.
I'm not even 100% sure if it's Ray Fine or Ray Fiennes. I think it's Ray Fiennes. You do pronounce the S, but for some reason you do not pronounce the LPH. I am.
Well, if you don't pronounce the LPA, it should be Ra.
Or Ray. If you
Ra, Ray, Rap.
Have you ever
Apple, Rap.
Have you seen the Staff of Ra?
Anyway,
Put your pants back on, Ra.
So
I didn't realize that was even coming out. I knew the first, the 28 years later, and then all of a sudden there's this other one, and I'm like, by a different director. And I'm like, what? Were they making these at the same time back, or?
I don't know. I didn't know that there were two separate movies either. I thought it was just, when I seen 28 years later The Bone Temple, I thought, the first commercials I seen, they left out the Bone Temple part. I thought it was the same fucking movie. But I liked it. I really liked it. It's got the same kid from the original one, Spike. He's fallen in with a cult of really fucking weird dudes that are just, they're bad dudes. There's also Samson, the alpha infected. Alpha infected people are super strong. They're super resilient. They can take a lot of damage. They can take a licking and keep on ticking. This movie's really good. I really enjoyed it. The Ray Fiennes does an outstanding job. He loves Duran Duran apparently because they play several songs from Duran Duran that he's dancing to and singing along to while he goes about his day-to-day routines. There's a great song in there that fits in perfectly from Iron Maiden. Really good flick. I really hope they continue this direction. I don't even mind seeing all these infected people running around naked and their slongs flopping all over the place. Uh, the first one, that was kind of a whoa.
So you do see Ra's staff.
Yes, absolutely. Not Ra. You see Sam's staff,
Oh, okay.
but not Ra's staff.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a really good flick, and the ending of it was like, wow. It was
You
almost an oh my. It wasn't quite an oh my god. It was a oh my.
you didn't like the last one though, didn't you?
I
You
liked the
didn't like.
first, the 28 years later. I liked it.
Oh,
I just was put off by all the dicks flinging around.
oh.
I
But
was a
but
little,
now you're all for it.
yeah. The 28 days later, I hated.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely
That was the one you didn't like. Okay.
hated that one. Loved 28 weeks later, and I really like this new 28 years later. I think they did a real good job continuing it. I kind of the ending of 28 years, the Bone Temple. The ending. I'm not going to give you a spoiler, but the ending is something to watch for because there is a spoiler in there. um, they did a great job with it, and I hope they continue on. I can see where they left it wide open to continue on. You could have the further adventures of Spike and Jimmy, along with further adventures of Samson and
So
their
you
newfound friend.
basically said who isn't going to get killed.
Well, I mean, that's not the spoiler.
Looks like well
And you
not.
don't know which Jimmy because
Okay.
there's actually six Jimmys in this movie. So,
Six Jimmys, six people called Jimmy.
six people called Jimmy. It's part of the
That's not
religious
confusing.
cult.
Okay.
They are the religious cult. In the last one, in the 28 years, they were really fucking weird when they introduced them. I was like, I don't like these people. These people are kind of stupid. But in this one, they are a fucking major threat. And just like the original one, it proves in this that, and just like Walking Dead, it seems like a lot of these zombie flicks, they show that human is still worse than the dead or the rage infected people. We're the bigger threat than what those other ones are. Good flick. Check it out. If you've seen it,
Okay.
let us know. I'd love to hear some opinions on this one.
Do you know if they're making another one?
I don't
I'm
know. I hadn't
assuming.
heard about it. I hope they do, though. Like I said, this was really good.
Well, there was
And
a
I heard it did
huge
really good
gap.
at the box office, didn't it?
I I don't
Seems like it
know.
did. Read some good reviews,
So
but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
they better. It was
So
really good. What's your flick, Kyle? What'd you watch?
my flick is a little bit more grounded in reality to a degree. It's it's Crime 101 with Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry. Um, some of it is very formulaic. You've got a Chris Hemsworth plays a thief who is trying to steal these certain jewels. Halle Berry works for this insurance company. He can get her involved. She is not interested, but then at the same exact time, she gets passed over for a promotion when she was going to be made partner. These are all elements of movies I've seen many, many times.
Yeah, I'm
And then
familiar.
Mark Ruffalo is basically playing the same character he played in Now You See Me. The first one where he's like, okay, we got to catch these guys and trying to figure it all out, and it's almost identical. There there is a degree of tension. It's still an entertaining film. However, it clocks in at around 220, 223, somewhere in there. And there is a love interest for Chris Hemsworth that is not necessary. It really is a distraction. It slows the movie down. If I were writing it, I would, I think the idea is we're trying to give him a reason to, maybe explain some of the things he's doing. it just bogs it down, unfortunately.
Uh,
It wasn't it either needed to be finessed a bit more or just removed entirely. I would vote for removing it entirely because it really did slow the film down. You don't need, 2 hours and 23 minutes for a heist movie. So yeah, I would have taken that out, but I still was entertained on the film. It is currently on Amazon Prime for free. You don't have to pay extra for it. It is free if you have Amazon Prime. It had a limited run in theaters, and then it went straight into Prime because I was going to watch it in theaters the week it shifted. I'm like, oh, good. No, I don't have to. It's right here. But yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Although there will be some slow elements, overall it is worth it. Nothing new whatsoever, but entertaining performances by your three leads. John.
you mentioned Now You See Me in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was flipping through the channels. No, I woke up one night. We have to fall asleep, me and my wife. My wife has to fall asleep with the TV on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes drives me up the wall with that, especially when she's got a horror movie going and someone screams really loud and wakes me up from a dead sleep. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. One night I woke up and this movie was on that looked remotely interesting, and I didn't know what it was. And then all of a sudden, Jesse Eisenberg shows up playing his character from Now You See Me. And I was,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's a Now You See Me. Did I? And I'm thinking, did I see this one? This doesn't look familiar. Well, let me. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Well, yeah, I know I see them all. I did not know Now You See Me, Now You Don't is the newest one in the fucking series.
It's the third one.
It was
Yes.
confusing as shit.
Yeah. Now You See Me 1 is just called Now You See Me. There's no Now You Don't. So it's Now You See Me, Now You See Me 2, Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
They should have put a 3 in there.
And there's going to be a fourth. Well, that's what they did with Ready or Not. The official title on screen of the sequel is Ready or Not, Here I Come.
Mm-hmm.
The poster is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, just to help with it. And then all the pirate movies. None of them have numbers in them, but on home video, a lot of the various releases of the DVDs and Blu-rays have the number sketched in them. Same with Harry Potter now. It'll say year 1, year 2, year 3, so you know what order. Because you
See, I
get to
can
a
go along with
point.
those. I don't think need that though, like the Harry Potters and the Pirates of the Caribbeans, because those titles are so different.
Yeah,
But
but
Now
we
You
still
See
don't
Me,
know.
Now You Don't. That
Well,
doesn't
well,
help.
well, if you've never seen a Harry Potter movie,
Well, yeah, okay, I give
you
you
have the set. You're like, where do I start? You have no idea unless they put a number on there.
right, but you're never going to mistake the sixth one or the fifth one for the first one. You're never going to wake up in the middle of the night and go, "What is this movie? Oh, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh, I've seen that one. I haven't seen Harry
Yeah,
Potter and the Deathly Hallows yet."
yeah. No, well, it's this thing. I think. Yeah, well, they're doing it anyway on the videos. That they're realizing that okay, when they come out, those people know what's what. It's after years pass, people are like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like if you were going to see Rambo right now, I'm going to see a Rambo movie. Let's watch the 5 Rambo movies. You might think, "Oh, here's one that just says Rambo. That must be the first one." It
You
is
think so?
not. It's the fourth. It's not the first film. It's the fourth one. The first one's not even called Rambo. It's called First Blood.
Right.
So that's confusing. So you're like, okay, First Blood's the first one. The second one, okay, Rambo First Blood Part 2. Okay, and now it makes sense. Rambo 3, okay, that must be the next one, even though they got rid of First Blood. Okay, and the Rambo's 4, and then Rambo Last Blood, so you can kind of figure, okay, this is the first, this is the last. But when you initially start there and you've got a First Blood and a Rambo sitting there, you're gonna
Exactly.
you need to do some investigating, deducting to figure out where the hell, what order these go in. And don't get me started on Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4, Scream 6, Scream 7, Halloween, Halloween,
Oh God,
Halloween.
no.
No, I'm don't This thing about calling the movie with the same title has got to stop.
It does.
Why? Because then you have to put the year in. You know, just call it something else. And again, and also with these remakes, okay, how many different Night of the Living Deads? Well, now I got to pick up the byline.
Yeah.
Call it something else.
Mm.
Living Dead 2000 whatever in the title, or
Right. Well, I mean,
Revenge of the Living Dead. Change it.
The Tom Savini directed Night of the Living Dead. Everyone refers to it as Night of the Living Dead 90 because that's the year it came out. That's not on the title at all. I agree with you. You got three of them sitting here in front of you. It's worse than a fucking asylum film where you go to the video store to see Snakes on a Plane and you find a movie called Snakes on a Train. And you're going, oh shit, which one was in theaters?
Yeah.
They're great for that. There is a movie called Return to Horror High.
Yep.
Stacy spent a long time trying to find
Horror High.
Horror High. Because there's not one. There's never been a part one.
Oh my God. Somewhere out there is Leonard parts 1 through 5.
How hilarious. How highly, highly humorous.
But you're never going to find those either.
Exactly.
Leonard part 6.
Leonard, good God.
Yeah, there's a lot
your
of
podcast has hit the bottom of the barrel when you reference Leonard Part 6.
Plus, another thing with this movie, it's called Crime 101. I think they were going to call it Walking Away Money because in the movie they make a reference to walking away money, and they said, "Isn't that what you call it?" And he goes, "Yeah, it is Walking Away Money." I'm like, that must have been the original title, and they didn't like it. I still don't think Crime 101 makes any sense. It's not like somebody's, it's a teaching crime or this is how crime should be or anything. But I also thought when they were talking about walking away money, I'm like, I think what you're trying to say is the final score. If it's a heist, that's what you usually hear people say in a movie. Okay, it's our last score. It's our big score. I don't ever hear them say, we got to do one more. It's our walking away money. I've
never heard that before.
Yeah, so it was weird that it was in there, and it's almost like they had a title, they had to reference it, and then they said that's a shitty title anyway. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I can just imagine that discussion was had somewhere.
And please tell me they're not going to do a sequel, Crime 102, Crime 103. God, I hate that. Ocean's 13, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 8, One Ocean.
Which is another thing, because you also have Oceans 11, 12, 13, and then the next one is 8. Yeah. So, but it's not a prequel. It's a sequel. So, it's...
Stop trying to be fucking clever with movie titles. People are not that smart sometimes.
Yeah. Star Trek knew what they were doing, and then they just started dropping the numbers, and now it's all over the place.
What's really good, who did that? There was one horror movie franchise. I don't remember who it was off the top of my head. Someone tell me in the comments. Joey, you'll know immediately. But I'm pretty certain they started off with Roman numerals and then went to standard numbers, or vice versa.
Rocky. I think it was Rocky. I think it was Rocky because I remember when it happened, the distributors said people get confused by Roman numerals past 4 or something like that. So we had to make 5 with a number 5. And I'm like, well, if you can understand IV, you can understand V. You know what? And so, but I'm pretty sure it was Rocky. I think it was Rocky that switched from Roman numerals to regular numbers at that point. So I think Rocky 5 and 6 are right. I think that's what it is. And then Police Academy dropped. They were numbered all the way through Moscow, and then they dropped the number.
Well, maybe they were saying Moscow people don't understand Roman numbers.
Did I mention Police Academy again? The Mission to Moscow after we talked about it.
I don't think so.
So it was really funny. Um, I I am way behind. I'm like only halfway through It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So my wife and I had watched two and three to get ready for the 40th anniversary of three. So we just watched those movies again. She's upstairs doing work. I'm downstairs watching this episode. And in the episode, it's really about a dumb guy thinking he's smart. The whole episode is they give him something and now he thinks he's a genius and he's doing all this stuff. And then you find out at the end, he only thought he was being the smart. He was actually was just dumb as hell. But it starts with him like, okay, well, now that I'm smart, I have to do these things. And um, Frank is saying, don't you want to watch? He said, I've got Police Academy Mission to Moscow. And it's like, so then at the end, once we're dumbed down again, he goes, Police Academy Mission to Moscow. Yes, it's time to watch Police Academy. And then they start the theme. So so the end credits is the Police Academy theme.
Oh, that's cool.
So my wife's like, "Are you still watching Police Academy movies?" I'm like, "No, it just happens to be coincidental, the theme of this episode." So it couldn't have been better time that we were just talking about Police Academy.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what's your next? Do you have another movie?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do have another movie. This one came out last year. Well, I don't know if it came out last year. I know it's a 2025 movie. I don't know when it hit Netflix, but it is called Trap House. And it is a Dave Bautista movie. I love my Dave Bautista movies. Dave Bautista's got some good flicks. His action flicks, his comedy flicks, and his drama flicks, they're all pretty good. I like him. I think out of all the wrestlers, he's actually done really, really well for himself. I think he's better than The Rock.
I think he needs to do more because Rock has done so much.
Right.
But I think but you're right. Either one of them, and Cena. I could care less about wrestling. I actually have an autographed poster of Cena, Roman Reigns. Who's the other one? Because they performed at our venue, and at the time, I'm like, this is nice to have. Okay, that's cool, but I'm not a big wrestling fan.
Right.
But I love these three guys in movies, and any one of them, when I see their name attached to it, I'm going to watch it. So now I'm like, oh, I got John Cena's autograph. That's cool. So, yeah. It's the first time I've backed into an autograph.
Yeah. Trap House, Dave Bautista plays a DEA guy, part of a crack DEA team that's trying to bring down this cartel. They have a fuck up in their opening mission, the opening strike, where one of their members gets killed. Their kids are all friends. The children, the high school children of these DEA officers are all friends. And damn it, one of the friends, it was his dad that got shot and killed. So they've got to get, it's not really a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler. Don't give me that look.
No, I'm trying to think if I didn't think I saw this, but as you're describing it, it sounds familiar.
The son whose dad got killed and mom have to move out of town, and they're not able to, they have to move in with people because they can't afford it. So it's the idea of Dave Bautista's son to recruit his friends to rob what's called a trap house.
Oh,
I'm still not 100% sure what a trap house is, except it is low maintenance drug place that has money. I guess it's like where the low end meth heads and crackheads go to buy shit. It's not the big bucks. They realize how easy it was to make this happen, and they hit a couple more places. Well, the cartel does not want their fucking money stolen, and they sure as fuck don't want their beer truck full of heroin stolen. And it's just a real good action flick with the kids making these amateur robberies, non-lethal robberies, the DEA team trying to figure out how to stop the cartel while trying to figure out who is doing these amateur robberies. And then once they find out who's doing it, or once Batista finds out at the very least, how to save the kids. It's a pretty good flick. I enjoyed it. It's not great on action. It's nothing that you really haven't seen before. It's nothing breathtaking. Acting is fine and dandy. The kids are not annoying. What's cool is one of the kids is actually the little girl from the It movies. It Chapter 1 and 2. She is in it as one of the friends that does these heists. And it's pretty cool seeing her a little bit more grown up. I always like watching young actors as they grow in their careers and such. Definitely left it wide fucking open. I mean, if there's not a sequel to this fucking movie, someone's doing something wrong, because they said basically this is going to be there's going to be a sequel, and this is the start of it right here. It's really good. Did you watch it? Does it still sound familiar?
No. As soon as you got to the trap house part, I realized I hadn't seen it.
See, I thought it was a trap house. When they said trap house, I thought it was like a Saw movie kind of thing.
That's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like that's what it would be called.
Right. And it's not even a really great title, because the trap house is only like one segment in the whole movie.
I think they're having trouble coming up with titles to all these damn movies.
And now for something completely different.
Attack of the Spotlight is a proud affiliate of the Slugger campaign. Click the link in the description to purchase a perk to get the new independent horror film Slugger produced. At the same time, you'll be supporting our podcast, as we will receive a 20% finder's fee. Please note, neither John or I are directly involved in the production. We are just affiliates of the campaign. Should you have any issues or questions, please reach out to the fundraisers themselves. And as always with crowdfunders, donations are at your own risk. There are no guarantees perks will be fulfilled. Thank you, and slug away. Those are the new things we've seen, but I do get a few quick updates on the status of some series. Last one, Laughing, I believe it actually started in the UK. I'm not positive, but the UK version ended. When we talked about it last, I had not seen the finale. There's actually a little bit of controversy, I guess, regarding how this one ended. And I understand where they're coming from. I'm not going to give it away. But it's still, it's again, it's very, very funny. They have announced that there will be a third season and a Halloween special. So this is a show that hopefully will keep going, because, again, now I'm starting to try to find these same comedians on other shows. And again, something about the format of this just is funny. Even when they're not doing funny things, you realize how hard it is to not laugh at even dumb stuff. And this show is very well done. So Amazon has Last One Laughing seasons 1 and 2 right now, with season 3 coming soon. Prime also has Young Sherlock, which I made a mistake. I thought that Young Sherlock was supposed to be the prequel to the Robert Downey Jr. Series, because of the fact that they were both made by Guy Ritchie. Turns out that is not the case. This series is completely on its own. In fact, because young Sherlock is friends with a young Moriarty, who in the movie, they have not met each other yet until the second film. So these are not connected. So you don't have to see one before you see the other. If you like Sherlock shows, this is a different take because of the fact that the two of them are actually friends instead of enemies. There's no Watson yet. He gets in trouble, as you see. He's handcuffed right there. So you get a different side of Sherlock that is very interesting. There is one big thing that they're trying to solve but each episode has its own things that you're solving. So you're not just like in for a big long mystery. You're in for a series of smaller mysteries to get to the big one. They just announced season 2 is coming. So I'm very excited because each episode is better than the last one. I wasn't too keen when it first started, but by the end, I really wanted this new series. And fortunately, we are going to get it. Where is my next one? Oh my God, where is it? Here it is. The Burbs also got renewed for a second season.
It just came out. What's that, like 2 months old?
Yeah. Well, they released all the episodes at once. So it's actually been 2 months trying to decide whether or not it should come out. Jack Whitehall, by the way, is having the week of his life. He hosted SNL UK last Saturday. This Saturday, he's getting married. And today they announced the Burbs is returning, or yesterday, in the last 24 hours, they announced that the Burbs is returning. That's as of April 15th. So again, they clear up one mystery in the Burbs, but there's another mystery. So fortunately, we do get to see that. I don't like it when they do the let's tease you for another season when we don't know if we're going to have another season. I don't like that because too many of them get canceled. Fortunately, this one is going to continue. So check that out on Peacock. And again, not connected in any way to the Burbs movie with Tom Hanks. So you don't have to have watched that one. And even if you have, this is a different story with enough throwbacks to the movie to make you, smirk and snicker because, you're getting jokes that perhaps the person sitting next to you does not. And I think there is one more that I was going to discuss. And I'm thinking, no, that was all 3 of them, wasn't it? So those are your updates for shows coming next season. We already mentioned that Star Trek is going bye-bye after the next season. Actually, both Star Treks will be ending relatively soon. We've got 2 more seasons of Strange New Worlds, 1 more season of Starfleet Academy, and that's the end of that. There's a lot of rumors going on about what other things going on. I have not read anything to actually substantiate any of those rumors. So if you're hearing, I heard one today. Alex Kurtzman said that Paramount wants to get rid of the entire timeline of things that have happened since he's taken over. All of that's going to be wiped off.
Oh my God.
I've not read that anywhere. If you've read it somewhere and it's legit, put it in the comments or we can check it out ourselves. But I don't believe that is the case. They may add a new timeline. They may start a whole other thing, but they're not erasing the current one. So
at least there's that.
Yeah, and they never erased the original one. I know a lot of people say they did. They erased it with a Kelvin timeline. It's
That's why it's called a timeline, folks.
It's timeline. This one exists, and the Spock went in, he's in both of them. So to me, there's just a continuation of Spock's life rotating over. So,
well, I seen an interview with I popped up on Facebook. I seen an old interview with Leonard Nimoy when they were asking him about Zachary Quinto taking over his role as Spock in the Kelvin timeline. And God, Nimoy seemed like a mean son of a bitch. Just the way he was talking. He was saying everything he had to say was great, glowing.
Okay.
He had nothing bad to say. It's just the way that he said it, his tone of voice and his deeper baritone voice. I was like, God, this guy sounds like he's mean. But he really wasn't. Because like I said, he loved Zachary. He said he was great.
Yeah, no. I thought he was great.
I think both. I think all of them are so far that have done it.
Yeah.
I can't think of the guy's name for the new one who's doing it, but I like him too.
Yeah.
The one that's in Strange New Worlds.
Yeah. The only character that has taken over the role that I'm having the hardest time adjusting to is the current Kirk.
Yes.
He's the only one that I don't feel enough like they're the original. Because even, Nurse Chapel, you don't really see much of her, and she seems like she's a lot more outgoing than the other one, but you didn't see her when she was younger. And you didn't, everybody else, it just seems like, okay, I can see her becoming or her over time. This Kirk, something about him doesn't gel yet, and it might be because I've seen so much Kirk. You see more Kirk than anybody,
Right.
and I think that was why that one's being the hardest one for me to adjust to. Not that he's a poor actor at all. He's a fine actor. It's the only one where I don't feel it yet, but I'm sure in the next season or two we're going to see him some more, and it will just kind of mesh right into him. So
Right.
so we'll get there. And I think I'm alone in that because I've seen a lot of people talk about him and absolutely love him. So the other people aren't having that, and I don't know why. Seems like even Chris Pine would be more of a departure than he is.
Right.
And
You think?
I seem to got into Chris Pine's character more. And again, maybe it's just because we had a whole movie and he's only popped up here and there, and it wasn't until they had that time travel one where you actually get to feel a little bit more about who he is. And that was the one that did it. It started to feel like, okay, now I'm getting you more. I think it's just a familiarity. So give me another episode or two and I'll be on board as well.
Right. Kirk is coming. The William Shatner is coming to Cincinnati. Is it Cincinnati or Cleveland? I don't know. He's coming to town in November, way off. But they're going to do a screening of Star Trek II.
Oh, really?
And he's going to be up on stage afterwards doing a show.
Oh,
Sit down telling stories and everything. I'm like, ooh, I want to go.
yeah, he should. He's coming here, but it's just part of a convention. I'm sure he'll do a panel, but he's not going to do a screening at all.
I'd love to meet him. He just would be so fucking cool to meet.
Yeah, no, he actually went right past me at the last convention I was at that he was at. I didn't get an autograph because
the
the line was good Lord, but they move people around in wheelchairs. I don't know why. Because I thought maybe he was just having trouble walking, but then one of the other people I saw, they moved them around in a wheelchair too. Later, I'm like, huh. So it might just be a safety thing. I don't know why. Like, okay, I have no idea why. But anyway, maybe both of them needed it, and I didn't realize both of them needed it. But either way, this wheelchair flies past me. And I'm like, whoa, and I mean fast. And I'm like, man, they're in a hurry. And then I glance, and it was William Shatner, and I'm like, oh, crap. I mean, he's this far from me.
Was he going warp drive?
He was going warp
was
factor.
Was he going ludicrous speed?
Not ludicrous, but definitely warp factor 2. So yeah, that's the closest I've been to him. He whisked past me at lightning speed.
Did you feel his toupee hitting your arm?
I don't think he has a toupee.
I'm sorry, Bill. I don't think.
I know a lot of people say he does, but I don't think he does.
Doesn't look. If he does, it's a damn good looking one.
Yeah, it seems to change as the years pass. So
right.
I don't know. But
do you imagine him up in space with a toupee? Zero gravity.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear his comments after that about how he, how much it really changed him? And, it's like, I'd imagine it'd have to be up there and look down. Just the images that you're seeing back, from, because a couple nights ago, I went to see Neil deGrasse Tyson. And he even makes a joke. He's like, there's a lot of things to do in this town. There's things on TV. And he says, you guys came paid to see an astrophysicist talk for 2 hours. And he talked for more than 2 hours. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. But
Wow.
at the very end of his thing, he's showing some images from Artemis 2 of, the Earth being this tiny little speck. And, you realize, you look at a tiny little ant and how they live, and you realize where, the exact
Wow.
same thing in the universe, and why we're constantly at war with each other is insane.
When we should
So
be at war with the people out there.
you should be at war. Well, he makes a joke
Not
about
who.
that too. He's like, so Carl Sagan came up with this great idea that when they sent out, Voyager and whatever the predecessors were, to basically give us give out our home address. This is how to come back. And he goes, probably not the best idea. You don't know who's going to read that thing,
Yeah.
but he says, what's going to save us is Pluto, because they had Pluto on the list, so they're going to be looking for this 9-planet system. And when they see us, they're not going to find it because Pluto's too damn small. And they're like, nope, there's only 8 in this one. He says, so
Next.
Pluto is going to save us
Oh my God.
because he says, it's like, our friggin' moon is bigger.
That's funny.
So
That's funny.
So it was a good, it was 2 hours well spent.
I would never think to go to something like that. I really wouldn't. That's pretty cool.
I wouldn't normally, but when he's on talk shows, you've never seen anybody more excited to talk about science. I mean,
Right.
It just gets, oh my God, you think about this and think about this. And, and Back to the Future, they talk about, and it's just interesting from a guy who actually researched this stuff and knows what he's talking about. And he even approached stuff politically. He's like, okay, so the Democrats think the Republicans believe in this and this. Well, if that's the case, then why do Democrats believe in this? And then, and Republicans think of Democrats, and you're saying, so he's like, and he does. You're sitting there and you're like, well, that's a good point. Why does each one go after each other for these beliefs? And then if you look at the other things that they believe, is completely counterintuitive to the other things that they believe. So you're like, okay, it's because he wasn't making a political statement. He's like, just if you're gonna go at this thinking this, here's why that doesn't necessarily make sense. So think about it before you make any rash judgments. And he threw out a bunch of them, and you're like, wow. So yeah,
It was counterintuitive.
yeah, it was very interesting. Very interesting. I'm a better man having gone there. So
Being able to say the word counterintuitive does not make you a better man, Kyle.
no.
And I know you're happy to say that.
No.
Hey, I sent
right
you a
now,
link.
being able to say anything with his freaking throat trying to stop me everyone. I'm glad I'm not in radio anymore. I'd be dead by now if I had to talk every day for hours like I used to.
Yeah, no shit. So I sent you a link. I want you to watch it, and this will be again for the podcasters listening. We're gonna play a little bit of elevator music while Kyle watches this trailer. It'll be a short little 5-10 second thing that we go through here while he does that. Stick around with us while you're waiting for us to come back. Check out our affiliation with the film Slumber, if it's still going on. Is it still going to be going on in
Slugger.
Slugger?
Yeah,
What
for
did I
those
say?
of you, you said Slumber.
Slugger.
So for those, because we've got the commercial. Basically, with Slugger, the director of the film is also going to be appearing in Death Bike. He hasn't shot his scenes yet, so that's how I knew him at all. We had been in contact, and all of the movies that we talk about and all the affiliate crowdfunding films, we have no ties to financially. In fact, most of the time, we're putting money into the perks. We're buying perks. We're buying our opportunity to appear in them, that type of thing. But Slugger came around and they have worked out an affiliate system in which if anybody buys one of the perks from our link, you have to go to our description and click on that link. If you go to our link and buy a perk, we get a 20% finder's fee. So this program, which has not made a single dime since the day it went on the air, can actually make money from that. So if you support that particular film through that link, you're also supporting us as well. So that's going to help because this is becoming more of a job as time comes on. And I mentioned earlier, my job situation is a little rough these days. I would love to really make this thing more permanent.
Yes.
So if
We
we
know
can figure,
folks would like it to be more permanent.
yeah. So if you guys are would like to do that, we're not going to do our own crowdfunder for it. But if you do crowdfund for the film Slugger, which looks pretty cool, the bat in that thing alone looks pretty awesome. It's kick ass. Go over there, support them, and you support us at the exact same time. So I'm going to kick on this trailer, and I will give you my impression as soon as I get through this freaking commercial. All right.
That film with Val Kilmer in it does not have Val Kilmer in it. He
AI.
wanted to be in this film but he was too sick to be in it before he passed away. Every scene, and he's supposed to be in it for over an hour. Every scene
Really?
that Val Kilmer is in this is 100% AI generated.
Now, is it really AI or is it because like when they did Indiana Jones, did they do actual AI to I mean, is AI involved in the de-aging process when they did that? Or is it a different because I know that they had all these shots of him, his face, so they put all those together. Is it officially AI?
This movie, yes.
We know that.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was done with the permission and blessing of the Val Kilmer of his remaining family. They have actually provided the makers of this movie with a lot of archival stuff to help them make the de-aged Val Kilmer. But this movie is probably going to get catch a lot of flack and a lot of controversy because of the use of AI. I wanted you to see it and get your take on it. I thought it looked, first off, I think the movie looks great. Second off, that's pretty gosh darn good AI. Because
well, that's the thing. Because had I not known it, I would have said, when did they make this movie? Because it looks authentic. Is he playing an older version of himself and a younger version?
Yep.
Or AI playing it?
Yes.
Okay. Is he supposed to be? Because when he's older, he looks like he's a Native American. When he's younger, he looks like he's a Caucasian. Is he supposed to be playing a Native American? Because if he is playing a Native American, that seems more controversial than the AI part.
I don't know if he's playing Native American, but he does have, from my understanding, he does have a lot of his roots in Native American ancestry.
Oh, he himself is okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's got a great affinity for it. I've seen a lot of pictures of him as he was getting older, wearing all kinds of like necklaces and
Yeah,
uh,
that's true. That's true.
stuff. Turquoise.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he might very well be. Which, because I was going to say that would be a controversy in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think he looks phenomenal. And I did read, so this must have been what it was all about, because I had read that the SAG had said it was okay. Because I know a lot of people go to SAG and say, you know what, you can't let this happen because AI is, blah, 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 bad, whatever. But because blessings were given, that's okay. Because I know that James Earl Jones sold his voice to Disney before he died. So if they're going to make Darth Vader, it can always be James Earl Jones' voice. And I had conflicting opinions on that. I was like, okay, if you can't get him, then just don't put Darth Vader in anything anymore.
Right.
Just call it done. And then I thought, well, they're they're going to put Darth Vader in things.
Right.
So if they're gonna do it, I'd prefer it be his voice. And if he was okay with it, why not? I mean, they de-aged Leia for the last film, and
Right.
she passed before they even started it, and they used footage of her that they had actually shot, and then they de-aged her to it's actually her daughter played her,
Oh wow.
and then they just replaced the face so you could tell it was Leia, and you could have just kept it as her daughter, but it would have been noticeable. You're like, okay, that's not, is that supposed to be Leia? I assume that's supposed to be Leia. Again, here's the thing. If anybody wants to use me in a movie or my voice, I'll do it. I will give. I'll. I don't have a. I don't. I. I would like me and my family to be compensated fairly.
And they were. The Kilmer
There you
family
go.
was compensated.
But yeah, if I die and they're like, man, we would really like to have Kyle Pierson. There's only
Inside,
one person that could make this role work. You can
we
bring
want
me
to put him inside of an elephant uterus, manually masturbating a male elephant that has
Did you
inserted himself.
did you watch
No, I have not.
the okay? Well, watch the crowd reaction because it's on the last episode or whatever episode. I put a link to it. Watch that. He mentions in it, Sacha Baron Cohen mentions that because the movie was going to be rated NC-17 until they edited it down. He goes, "You should see the uncut version." So
Oh my lord.
I got the DVD, but I don't think there's an uncut version on there. But I'm going to double check because I got it from my dad and I haven't looked at it since. But if there's an uncut version of that scene, I have to see it.
Yeah, no
That
shit.
is the ultimate funniest scene I have ever seen.
And I'm going to say this right now because this episode here is going to air after tomorrow.
Okay.
So I can say something about tomorrow in this episode that's not going to have any effect on tomorrow.
Okay.
But we've been doing this whole national day.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to take tomorrow because if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow is National High Five Day, as well as Save the Elephant Day.
What am I going to report? I already talked about it. There's nothing left to do. I already done it. I was going to, today itself, the day we're shooting it is April 15th, which is Titanic Awareness Day. So I was going to do something about Titanic, but today we posted that episode with the elephant. So I'm not doing that. So it all depends on when these episodes get edited, whether or not you or I end up doing our day, or if we skip it and wait for it to roll around next year.
Right.
You did three of them at once. I'm like, there's 3 years worth of material you just burned through.
What's a bitch is I had 7 or 8 of them. I just couldn't spit them all out in less than 2 minutes.
No, no,
Because there was a bunch that day. There was like National Big Win Day, National Licorice Day, National Grilled Cheese Day.
See, for Big Win Day, I was going to do Blazing Saddles.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about that, but I was like, no, I'm going to try to get something modern in here. Because everything was like from the 90s that I had. And I had 12 Angry Men because it was National 12s Day. There was a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
all right.
So for those of you, because I think we explained it in a different episode, but not this one, every day on our Facebook page, we are posting new videos. Also on our YouTube page. Well, not because yours aren't necessarily coming over yet. So every day on Facebook at Attack of the Spotlight, we are doing a video for either the days of the month or the days of the year or birthdays or anniversaries or something every single day. So if you're listening to us on the podcast and you hear us about once every week or so, if you want more, but in smaller increments, these are only a couple minutes long, check us out on Facebook because we do all kinds of stuff over there. So check us out at Attack of the Spotlight on Facebook. I think this about wraps it up, John.
Yeah, I think I was actually going to say that's a perfect spot to wrap up. I do want to say, leave us a comment down below what your thoughts are about the use of AI for actors. Is it good? Is it bad? Did they do it right with Val Kilmer? And what was the name of the movie? As Deep as the Grave?
I think so. Yeah, let me...
Something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
As deep as... Oh, now I got raccoons again. I've got 40 pages open on my browser. So I don't know. But that sounds right.
Let us know what you think about it, because I think this is a hot topic, and I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Can they leave us comments on podcasts? I asked that once before.
The podcast, no. You cannot do it on podcast, but if you have a comment, go to our Facebook, go to our YouTube channels. They're both at Attack of the Spotlight, and tell us there what you think of AI. Our next episode is going to be the invasion of the living dead. There are 5 Living Dead movies coming to either theaters, probably not, or streamers near you in the coming year. We've talked about a few of them before. We're going to give you updates on those, talk about the other ones we haven't talked about, and give you some updates on those crowdfunders that we discussed a few episodes back, because there have been some updates on those. For John Horton, I'm Kyle Pierson. Thank you so much for listening and watching Attack of the Spotlight. Check us out on Linktree at Attack of the Spotlight. And that's all she wrote.
That's it.
That's it. Goodbye. We told you everything else. Go away. The show's over. It's done. Move along.
Don't bother me.
Swipe up to another one. There's probably something much better below us.
Swipe right. Swipe right.
Swipe right. Is right the good one or left the good one? I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It looks like we're just laughing at each other.
I know.
You got to do the little sound effect again. Wilhelm scream. Thanks for watching. Good night.